Breaking news, baby dolls. Bitcoin has now dumped towards 96,000 American dollars. Unfortunately, more bad downwards price action. You get to see it watching in real time. It's just literally getting cranked on down. I'm just going to show you. This is the 4-hour price action chart. Before it's done other send-offs, it has had these massive stabs down as well in the past. You just don't know how deep, right? Like it actually comes down, makes a level, bang, and then it actually goes up. It's pure manipulation, right? Before something's going to send it, they go, hey, just smash it down through the level because you get more liquidity, right? They do it all the time. And that's what actually happened this year in June, okay, in June. And actually, if we go back earlier as well, around the Trump tariffs, that's what they did as well. He made these levels, okay, comes back up, bang, and then did it again before it actually went to send off. We don't know if that's happening right now. Okay, I'm just making you look at this BTC. Let's go to the box, move this box here. This is Bitcoin right now. Are we witnessing this here? Is it doing it? Is it doing that? I don't know. Just something of interest as well. What you and I can do, we can have a look at the Bitcoin, the CME gaps. For Ethereum's, it is at 2,850. So it's about 9% lower. But what also we can do is you can have a look at the BTC one. And I think the Bitcoin one is here, 92,140. About 5% lower. Will they get filled? What do you think? I mean, just, you know, everyone's given up already. Do I have any gaps on the upside? Maybe not. So it doesn't really matter. Yep. I'm now going to go through, just show you some tweets out here. Pretty much, yeah. It's everything as you imagine. Play some angel music out here. Bitcoin's closing the day below 100K, right? It's very interesting. Very interesting. Do you remember, friends? Like Bitcoin closed something like 111 days above 100K, like the whole year, and now it's just starting to close below it. Man, that's wild, man. That is wild. Like it finally went up, busted it there, just stayed there, you know? And then finally it just starting to get sent down, probably because of the stock market. What I could actually show you now as well, probably have a look at the Nasdaq as well. And yeah, crypto is just trading like the Nasdaq. Here's the Nasdaq 100 out here. This is a 4-hour chart. Yeah, pretty much just looks like it's some sort of game over-ish or something. Just some sort of farty poopy. I don't know. The Nasdaq, is it going to crack levels down? You can go put some little trends out here. Sometimes what you can do, you put your cute little super trend as well. Yeah, it's obviously on the 4-hour. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They're 4-hour trends. They don't mean much. You know what I mean? But whatever. It has cracked lower. Heading into a weekend. Yeah, no news was able to make Bitcoin go up. Doesn't want to trade up whatsoever. Government shutdown ending. QT ending. Right? It is what it is. Charlie Belalo. Returns over the last year. Bitcoin got 15%. MicroStrategy minus 42%. The 2x long MicroStrategy ETF is MSTU down minus 88%. Know what you own and why you own it. Bitcoin's actually down for the year now, starting from January. But if you go like back to like, you know, November, it's yeah, as we move on, it's just a negative yearly return out here. That's bear market stuff when it's down, right? It's a technical bear market for crypto. Oh, check this out as well. Bitcoin and the Nasdaq. You see the correlation just couldn't hold up. Got absolutely kaplonked out here. Giant dumpers as well. Just, yeah, don't touch ETFs, especially not the long 2x or 3x ETFs. Scotty Boo Melka. Bitcoin just closed a daily candle below 100K for the first time since May on the way up. So there you go, man. That's wild. There you go. Since May. So we're having like 6 months of it's accepted 100K. No, it's not. Man, what a total fake out. Total fake out scamming, dude. 6 months. Man, fans, I just want to show you something. How everybody got fooled in 2021, okay, was, okay, and it's no one's fault. You know what I mean? This is just what happens, you know? It is what it is, okay? With crypto, when Bitcoin hit 50K, it hit 1 trillion market cap. And it sat up here it accepted here for like 77 days. 80 days, 2.5 months, almost 3 months, right? And so, you know, even Willy Woo, who came on the podcast, he goes, you know, Bitcoin spent 70 days above $1 trillion market cap. It's accepting it. It's accepting it. Unfortunately, it got kaplonked. So that's why when we were above 100K, everyone was like super conservative. We're like, we didn't care about 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Friends, like it's literally, if you do 6 months, that's 180 days, man. 180 days above 100K, farty poopy. We're going to need a lot of friendship. A lot of friendship and a lot of candle lighting. That's exactly what I'm doing here every day. Still lighting candles. Still lighting candles. We know crypto has value, friends. What value, you ask? It's got value. Like, you know, it's trustless. Okay? You actually own something. Not like a piece of paper. Like, you actually own it. There's enormous value there. All right? I don't care what people say. And you shouldn't care what people say either, dude. You actually own it. Do you own a stock? No. It's a piece of paper. You can't do anything with your share. You can't go vote. No one listens to you anyway. You can't go tell them to fix the McDonald's ice cream machine. You can't do any of that, all right? There's many disadvantages to a lot of how assets work out there in the world. Crypto has a great product market fit. Yeah, it's unfortunate that, you know, even with this liquidity jerking and all this other stuff, that the valuations for the entire industry is only 3.3 trillion still. I also want to tell you something as well, friends. You know, you often hear, and this came from like, you know, Ben Copen, where that they'll talk about how crypto in 2021 was the Nasdaq 2021 bubble that popped, okay? Because the Nasdaq hit 3 trillion market cap. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll show you. Here we have the Nasdaq. This is the Nasdaq. I'll just remove the super trend here. This, friends, was the Nasdaq in the 2000s. It hit a 3 trillion market cap. So that's why crypto, our total crypto in 2021 also hit 3 trillion around there. Okay, that's why a lot of people were like, whoa, that's kind of like similar and eerie, right? Or we hit 3 trillion as well and then we dropped down. Okay, so remember, this is total crypto. Actually, we've come back. But remember, this is like new coins and it's got Tether in there. And Bitcoin has done a lot of the heavy lifting and stuff as well, right? But something else so you know. With the Nasdaq and the tech stocks as well, if we go back and check out how long it took to recover, it was, you check it out, friends, it was 15 years. You go, Sammy, 15 years? Yeah, friends, but there's a caveat. Crypto, based off its cyclicality in time, we actually run 3.5 times faster than normie land. Yeah? We speed run a lot of stuff. We're super fast, 3.5x. So our bear market, friends, when we're running around, you know how it's been like, you know, we've been waiting 4.7 years. We've been actually waiting in normie time about 16 years. All right. So where it could be the equivalent of, and see, this was 15 years, the equivalent of this jerky jerk action. And we're hoping some sort of parabolic move up. So it's just I'm just using some sort of time fractal just to show you, like, yeah, we have been waiting a very, very, very long time. Okay. Jason AI Williams, I was promised the United States Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, and I got 50-year mortgages, a $2,000 stimulus, a perpetual drunk lesbian dwarf, and the weakest bull market year in Bitcoin's history. Davey James, going to be interesting after the first 300 billion gets printed. Yeah, man. It's true, sir. It's true. Weakest bull market, I mean, like, you know, looks like a bear market. It's a very, very confusing year. This is funny. Holy poop, this is real. She is one of the few people who can actually make changes to Bitcoin. And she's talking about the people who want Bitcoin to be purely money. And she's quoted, these like nutty, carnivore, narrow-minded, redneck Bitcoin maximalists.
You know, it's just like, you know, there's some Bitcoiners going to the Stanford Blockchain Conference. So if you want to meet them, I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to say no. Like, it's not very often that you get to meet someone who works on Bitcoin Core. But in my head, I'm like imagining these like nutty, like carnivore, narrow-minded, redneck, like Bitcoin maximalists.
That is kind of funny. That is funny. That is a typical Bitcoin maxi trope. Carnivore, wears no shoes, grounded. Basically like Chris. Yeah, it is. They look like Chris. That's like the average. That is the average stereotypical the Bitcoin maxi type person out here, right? Calls all altcoins poop. There's a couple of sin indulging in there where they say, you know, come and trade, but also don't lose money. And I know there's a 1% win rate, but also remember Bitcoin is the way, the truth, the light. But yeah, obviously narrow-minded and nutty. It's just, you know, whatever. You know, left-wing girls are going to call everybody nutty. But yeah, she can actually make changes to Bitcoin. That's why, friends, when I saw her, I was like, oh, now I know why Bitcoin dominance is definitely going lower now. Definitely going lower. I could like, there's your narrative. There's your narrative. Where it's becoming soft. It's becoming like liberal-ish. It's becoming like lefty, right? You know, she can make changes to it. And I think she wants to allow like more open, free information to be allowed on the blockchain space of Bitcoin. Check this out as well, friends. AI can't make art.
Hey, stop that! It's midnight. Give me that. No, sir. No more fiddle tonight. Got
That's so cool, man.
This thing. Go home.
So yeah, man. Look, here's AI.
Go home. Hey, knock it off. It's midnight. Give me the.
Pretty cool. I mean, like, you know, just showing you. I mean, like, it really is happening. The future is now. Magoo. I sleep so soundly at night knowing I hold real Bitcoin and never shoved MicroStrategy down the throats of my followers at insane valuations over MNAV. Most of your favorite Bitcoin accounts can't say the same. So, because, friends, obviously, as you know now, the MNAV of MicroStrategy has really flipped. It used to trade at like 3.5, and 3, and 2.5. Now it's down to 0.95, which means Bitcoin is 5% cheaper on their balance sheet for MicroStrategy. And yeah, it is disastrous. I don't know what else to use. Like friends, you know, Bitcoin traded on MicroStrategy. It traded at $390,000 around there. Yeah. So you literally, at that point in time, you were buying a $390,000 BTC. So, like, you know, I feel sorry for him. I don't know what to tell him. But this friend, like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm someone who's taken on risk waiting for the PMI to turn around. I don't know the future. And I don't know the future. But that's who I am to them. Just a humble peanut brain. Okay? And I was look, I'm giving you highest value content in crypto for free. Okay? Look, I was telling you one of the worst mistakes anybody makes in investing and in life is just you keep thinking that you're like always hot and you're always right. Well, look at this. Because the Bitcoin dominance kept going up, people assumed it will keep going up forever. That is a very common market mistake that investors make. Okay, they extrapolate the future as a linear line from the past. So if things have been going really bad, they go, oh, things are going to keep going bad forever down the line. Oh, things are going this way. They're going to keep going up this way. Humans, very hard for them to basically do the whole mean reversion stuff and follow like a big macro trend. It's very hard. And you might say, but Somi, what about that's been a 2-year trend of Bitcoin dominance? Okay, Habibi, yeah, 2-year trend. What about this What about this big fat giant trend in your face? Look at this. This is a 1-year chart of Bitcoin dominance. What about this trend? You see that? See that? So everybody, friends, who was buying the MicroStrategy, they're buying it in here. Do you remember, friends, I have videos from last year saying, hey, what type of guy or girl are you? Are you a box guy or are you an arrow guy? Okay, if you're a box guy, well, you're buying Bitcoin dominance. You're saying Bitcoin's going up forever. Bitcoin maxi, altcoins are worth zero. I'm a red arrow dude. I can see stablecoin supercycle. I can see yield. I can see people wanting to take on risk. I can see the PMI higher eventually one day in the future. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answers with these, but you understand it becomes fatal if you make these assumptions. Bold Leonidas with some nice artwork. You feeling okay, buddy, Bitcoin? Yeah. Just vomiting it out. Yeah. Man, what do we do, man? You know, it's just we've been in a bear market. You've the snake all year. Tired of dirt. And what part of the cycle is this? MicroStrategy. Conviction looks good on you. The Sailor shirt is now available in the MicroStrategy merch store. I guess they're now selling shirts where you just, I don't know if you want to walk around in public with the Bitcoin logo. I just don't know that. I just don't know. Parker, I bought an irresponsible amount of Solana today. Congratulations. So people out there still believing and DCA buying out here. We have a message from Jim Cramer. Do not confuse the end of year magical investing with not liking AI or data center. Just look at the trust's positions and you know what I still like. What he's saying is, he says, hey, if there's a Santa rally at the end of the year and they go up, that doesn't mean I like AI or data center stocks. I hate them. Look in my portfolio to see what I really like. So he's bearish on the AI stuff running at the end of the year. Very interesting. Breaking news as well. Donald Trump is preparing broad exemptions to certain tariffs in an effort to ease elevated food prices. Yeah, I think food prices all around the world way too high. Orange juice is way too high. But babe, don't go. It's a bear trap. Please. Please don't go, babe. It's a bear trap. Please. You see me, friends, every day. Proof of candle lighting. Proof of praying. Pop. Every single day, man. Without fail. Marty Farty. From weak hands to strong hands. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. This is how we all feel, by the way. What if I'm just dead inside and refuse to sell? So, and we have people saying, you know, feels like we're all dead. I think I got a nice message here for Mr. Pepper. Hello, all pussies. When the market drops up a couple of percent and Bitcoin is trading more or less at 100K per coin, you don't go cry to mama. Grow some balls. Wise words for everyone out here. I don't know why this is relevant, but you will see it, friends. Amy Schumer has deleted all her pre-weight loss photos from social media as she shows off her new trim figure. Nerd girl from Pulse Chain Community. I'm glad she lost the weight. Now people can stop saying I look like a thinner version of her. I don't. Totally different face structure. It wasn't just fat. Yeah, man. You know, everyone's fighting their own battles. We're still working at McDonald's. Where to from here? Let's look at some of the greats. Lawrence Lepard. He completely agrees with Mark Yusko. Mark Yusko, just interesting information so you know, friends. Mark found me, my Twitter account, when I was 3,000 followers. Yeah. He could see some, and he's a VC investor, you know, Marky Boo. I haven't seen interviews from him from a long while. I wonder what he's been up to. Hope he's been all right. Yeah, he could sense something different than me. He's like, oh yeah, this guy gets something different. Yeah, so he found me really, really, really early, gave me a follow, really early. The Fed is trapped. They created a debt monster they can't slay. Higher interest rates break the system. Lower interest rates crush the currency. There is no soft landing when you're flying a plane made of paper, fiat, and duct tape. History is clear on this. ETF. Okay. So you have the big tentacles out here, the central bank. Very true. What are they going to do? We know what they're going to do. So like just overall, okay, friends, overall, we take off the McDonald's cap, but then we put it back on, okay, because we're still working our shift. All right, our break's not for another 30 minutes. The truth is, they will cut, they will print, the Fed balance sheet will go up. Okay, this is a mathematical guarantee certainty. Okay, mathematical guaranteed. And for a quick summary out there, it's because the alternative is that if there's a huge debt wipeout and they usher in a Great Depression, they have more to lose than you and me. Okay, you and I are already poor. You're walking around. You're not an elite. You don't have much to lose. Who gives a crap? All right, you're like, oh, I went from like middle class to like poor. But that's not much of a crush down. Do you know what I mean? You can get yourself back up. But when you're worth $4.5 billion and you're in the social circles of central bank, deep state, bug eaters, you've got a long way to fall. Your empire collapses. All the real estate, all the stocks, everything they own collapses in price. And then the middle class can now buy it up in the next 5 to 10 years. They won't let that happen. Zero chance. Why would they let that happen? Because the alternative is so much better. Print money. And that, my friends, is exactly why the US Fed balance sheet is bound to go up. But that is also why Fed Powell is going to keep blue balling everybody. You know, he said, oh, we don't know if there's going to be a definite interest rate cut. It's kind of like they're playing, they've got everybody fooled. They got everybody by the balls, friends. And they're squeezing. Please, please don't squeeze anymore. They're squeezing, okay? Because they don't want to stoke that currency inflation. That's it. Okay? But they are doing it, right? They are cutting, but they're saying, oh, we might not cut, though. But they are cutting. They are printing, but they're saying, oh, we might not print, though. We're not. That's why I almost guarantee when they start to add the US Fed balance sheet, they will say, they go, absolutely preposterous. This is not QE. This has nothing to do with QE. This is called a farty poopy. They'll say, oh, this is called a Batman symbol divided by a squeaky chair triangle government account. Right? That's what it's called. It has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with QE, but it is QE. It's the exact same thing. It's literally they press the button, currency goes in on the money printer. Okay. I have faith that this OTHERS-btc is going to keep holding up green. Remember, friends, like you're witnessing right now, Bitcoin goes down 96,000, collapsing. Man, this OTHERS-btc is still holding up, man. It's just. I think we've exhausted. I think we've exhausted like the sellers of altcoins. We're ready for the next leg, but maybe this is what we just got to do. Like crack. We're shaking everybody out, get everybody out. You know, and it might be what we're doing right now. All right, where we are getting everybody out. Everyone who's waiting on, hey, it's okay. We're holding above 100K. No, we're not. Get everybody out. Just get everybody out. Get the 40 cyclers out. Yeah. I think will be becoming more apparent in the next few days and as we finish Floptober and Flopvember. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.